behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you for joining us on another episode. We're glad to see you again. We got a great interview coming up in just a moment, but before we begin, don't forget about that subscribe button and bell below you there if you haven't already, and you'll always be notified of any new episodes coming your way. And leave a comment on the comment section if you like. We'd love to hear from you there. And pay attention to the description because we're going to have content info for you. And pay attention to the closing credits because we'll have content info for you there as well. So hope you'll stay tuned for that. From Rio Texas, for the second time, we have Dan Wesley White. And he's going to give us some updates. And I know you'll want to hear those. And we'll get to that in a second. But let's have a quick word from the Caden Gordon Show and TLC Travel Agency. So don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
The Caden Gordon Show, today's best country mix, is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
Ever thought about owning your own business? Tanya Lapsley-Cockett did. She decided a little over 5 years ago that she was going to be an entrepreneur, so she started her travel business. Tanya is married and works a full-time job. Her business has given her amazing opportunities. Not only does she get to help people create memories by booking their vacations, sporting and entertainment tickets, rental cars, etc., but it has also allowed her to help other families create legacy income. The travel industry is extremely lucrative and is an $8 trillion industry. The travel industry is projected to earn in excess of $15 trillion over the next 10 years. The travel industry pays its professionals up to 70 to 80% commission on the travel that they book for themselves and their clients. As a travel business owner, Tanya books travel and teaches others how to own and operate their own travel business. She is a director in training on the marketing side of her business, where she has helped over 90 families start their own businesses. If you're interested in owning your own travel business, please contact Tanya at 917-743-1199 or at ladytlc3555@me.com.
Okay, we're back, and with us from Del Rio, Texas for the second time, please welcome back Dan Wesley White. Thanks for coming back on the show, Dan.
Howdy. Thanks for having me.
So what kind of things have you been up to? I mean, I know it was only a couple months ago that you were on the show, but some things may have happened. So go ahead and update us on some of the stuff that's been happening.
Well, my new release just came out today, so kind of in the process of promoting that one now. And then the last one that we promoted before was 22, which actually works for this weekend since it's Memorial Day weekend. Just getting the message out there to help all veterans so they don't become one of the Memorial Day statistics. Let's keep them living, get the word out that our vets need help mentally and physically.
Okay, well, that sounds good. I hope that, have many good luck with that song. And well, tell us about it. Have you been on to any gigs or any upcoming gigs you want to talk about? Maybe you could let people know. That way, if they're in the area, they can check you out there.
Not any right now that are concrete, but I'm looking at maybe doing like a VFW Foreign Legion kind of tour for veterans. Then I also freelance and play around town and stuff too. But the main thing now is just I'm promoting my new single that came out today, which is called 80s Child.
Okay. Well, if you are going to be having a show sometime soon, I'm sure they'll find it like on your website or maybe your Facebook page or something.
Right. I'll put some notes up there when I start hopefully getting out there.
Okay. Well, keep in touch with that. It's Dan Wesley White, I do believe, right on your Facebook page.
Under my artist page is Dan Wesley White, and also my webpage. My is www.danwesleywhite.com.
Okay. So go check those out just like last time. And I know he would love to hear from you. And like I said, just it'll keep you up to date on any upcoming concerts. So you can check that out.
Mm-hmm.
And as you just mentioned a minute ago, the song we're about to watch is called 80s Child. I guess that's self-explanatory. You were probably an 80s child. But anyway, go ahead and tell us the story about this song here.
Well, I just kind of, my sons are both secondary school now. One's in 6th grade, one's in 9th grade. So just watching how they've grown up compared to how I grew up back in the early 80s. Totally night and day. I mean, we could stay out all night long till the street lamps went off. Nothing would happen to us. But now, you know, kids can't be left alone that long because always somebody's watching and somebody's waiting to grab them, stuff like that. And the main thing is just the way technology is used nowadays. The kids are basically becoming couch potatoes for life because they got everything at their fingertips. So they don't want to go anywhere because they can just do everything right then and there. So, I mean, they hardly go out as it is. Mm-hmm. And, you know, just kind of reflecting on Gen X and how we used to do all the things we did. And that's kind of what the song's about. I call it my Gen X anthem.
Okay. Well, that is a great song. And for you out there, hold on just a minute. We'll play that for you. But before we begin, I want to thank you again, Dan, for coming back on the show. You're always welcome back on the show. So give me a holler if you got anything new, and we'll put it on for you.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Okay. And here it is, 80s Child by Dan Wesley White, and it begins right now.
Seems to be all about technology. Cell phones, tablets, and gaming consoles available for you and me. My son's spending hours and hours inside doing everything online. When I was growing up, I had to make my own ways to pass the time. They'll never know the freedom of playing out in the world. With all the crime and violence, they're always being observed. Thank God I was an 80s child. Gen X, we were pretty wild. Riding our bikes all over town. Staying out after the sun went down. At the mall with all our friends. In the arcade till our money was spent. Whereabouts sometimes unknown. Didn't need no cell phone. We pick crops all day, collect our pay, head to the record store for a while. Thinking about the fun we had. I thank God I was an 80s child. Sitting at home watching Stranger Things, the boys turned to me. Dad, were things really better back then? Was it as fun as it's made out to be? I said, with 80s music, movies, and really cool TV shows, it made us go outside and push ourselves to be our own heroes. They'll never learn the feeling of riding a half-pipe 6 feet high, busting their butts and getting back on to take another ride. God, I was an 80s child. Gen X, we were pretty wild. Riding our bikes all over town. Staying out after the sun went down. At the mall with all our friends. In the arcade till our money was spent. Whereabouts sometimes unknown. Didn't need no cell phone. We pick crops all day, collect our pay. Hit the record store for a while. Oh, thinking about the fun we had. I thank God I was an 80s child. You know, every generation makes their own memories, but I was lucky enough to grow up riding our bikes all over town, staying out after the sun went down. At the mall with all our friends, in the arcade till our money was spent. Whereabouts, destination unknown, didn't need no cell phone. We pick crops all day, collect our pay at the record store for a while, thinking about the fun we had. I thank God I was an 80s child. Oh, thinking about the fun I had. I thank God I was an 80s child.